Good morning, Crimes of Grindelwald fans. We finally have a title and an image for Fantastic Beasts too. Are you ready to dig out every single possible clue we can for both?
Join me and other Fantastic Beasts fans here on the Beast Chaser Forum as we uncover the secrets, discover what's coming first, and play along with Rowling's newest game.
Here it is, the image and title we've long been waiting for, and there's so much to see, so much to dissect. But where to start first? The image includes our main cast, Newt and Tina in the back with Jacob and Queenie to the right of them, then Theseus dead center in a pose that seems quite judicial, and Leta Lestrange is clinging to his arm. That was a surprise. Another surprise for me was Claudia Kim looking quite cozy with Credence in the back left. And last, but definitely not least, notice the opposing positions of Dumbledore to Grindelwald. All in all, this image seems to be all about couples, with hints of conflict everywhere. In this first stop image, we see Dumbledore give Grindelwald a decided look. Tina looked toward Newt, and Leta and Theseus gaze at each other. But oh no, Jacob and Queenie are not looking at each other at all. As the fog starts to settle in, Claudia Kim, who is playing Maledictus, gets quite cozy with Credence, while Newt glances at Tina, who has now looked away, a bit uncertainly. Grindelwald continues to ignore Dumbledore's stare. Before the fog fills the scene entirely, Queenie glances up at Grindelwald. Tell me it isn't so, not Queenie and Grindelwald. But how much is clue, and how many red herrings are swimming about in this sea of fog? Finally, we get the title, one I would not have and did not guess. Did any of you? My first thought about the Crimes of Grindelwald, following the image we just saw, is what Rowling said back in Deathly Hallows about Voldemort's reign of terror, how he destroyed families and relationships. Perhaps the conflicts we're seeing in these relationships are some of the first wounds of Grindelwald's crimes. Going back to the image, there's conflict everywhere. We're well aware of the conflict between Dumbledore and Grindelwald, but what about the others? Even if Tina is now with Newt, who seems a bit uncertain of her, there's still bound to be some problems with his ex clinging to his brother like she is, especially as Newt has already been seen to stand in Theseus's shadow. And why are Jacob and Queenie not as cozy as Credence and Maledictus? Maledictus means cursed, and from the description released with this image about Claudia Kim, Maledictus is the carrier of a blood curse that destines her ultimately to transform into a beast. The description further reveals that Leta is now engaged to Theseus, who is now head of the Auror office at the British Ministry of Magic. That was quick. So let's focus on Maledictus for a moment. She definitely seems to be dressed in circus attire, but the costume is not enough to tell us what kind of act. I assume it's related to her blood curse that causes her to transform. So, is she a werewolf? Which would be interesting considering that Newt later sets up the werewolf registry, or is she the snake girl that we saw prominently displayed in the Circus Arcanus poster? Whatever her form of curse, surely that's a strong bond between her and Credence. A couple more points to note. The description reaffirms that Tina is back as an Auror at MACUSA. And take a look at this bit of the title. Is that a wand beneath Fantastic Beasts? Is this another hint, coupled with yesterday's image, that the Elder Wand is going to play a big role? Remember the possibility, as I discussed in a prior video, that the Elder Wand might now owe its allegiance to Newt, or Tina, or both. There's so much more to question and think about, but let's do it together. Please share all your thoughts and clues in the comments. And please, let's try to make this as much a forum as possible, though the YouTube comment section is not great for that. Share back and forth with each other, and let's see what we can make of this. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future updates.